Yeah, and looks like our first moving zone is going to go up to the north. Going to be fully covered inland, so water won't be a factor, at least for this one. Some of the teams are actually south of the river, so they'll have to figure that little bit of a rotation out, but shouldn't be too big of a problem. And I think our next big wave of aggression is going to come in when we find that storm surge that ticks during the moving zones. A lot of these players have plenty of mats to kind of deal with this first moving zone so far, and Macwood is actually in a really good position because, as you can see, he's on the north side of this zone, and since the moving zone also pulled north, all these southern teams have to pretty much just run right at him, so they're taking the opportunity here to find some more storm surge, but already still they have 400 damage above, so they are chilling, and they both probably have the web shooters here, so they can kind of just wait behind and let all the teams in front of them build, so that way they actually have something to web shooter to. And looks like that's what they're going to do as they pull those web shooters out. And funny enough, Polarize and Nico, the team that's contesting them over at the Daily Bugle, is on the high ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's like the kryptonite of them is right in their face here. This is the team that has been giving them the most problem, the most trouble here. Nico and Polarize hold up. Little trouble in paradise. This Rise and Agers go for their high ground retake right there. If you blink, you missed it. They just sniped up that height with the chili chug splash there, and that's the benefit of having that speed boost there. That extra little bit of haste, it will give you the mobility you need to go ahead and make that surprise play. So now, Rise and Agers in the prime position for the victory out here, guys. Remember, we are looking for who is going to take home that first win, punch their way out of this week's semis, and straight into the finals now, Vivid.
Yes, sir, and OMG me here getting a shout from the man himself, Sundown, proving that he was actually deserving of it. It's going to be in a really good position here, 600 above, no worries on the storm surge here, and he was actually in front of the pack there, but it looks like they're running a little low on build, so they might be looking at the back for a refresh now, and TJ and Agers are actually finding themselves way up here on the high ground as it keeps pulling up. Mac would go for the box, though. Full piece. If he gets the cone over the ramp, he's going to get free elim here, but he's a little bit of a miscommunication, and the player actually gets out. So Macwood and Donnie there probably got to clean up a little bit of their communication, but nonetheless still in a good position on the low ground. And Rise and Agers just up here, chilling, laid back, waiting for the victory royale to slide in.
And I was going to say, not only that, they could have asked for a better zone, right? This is like going up the steep portion of this like cliff, the volcano here, this segment. That's going to force players to lose builds, clash into one another, make it easier. OMG, though, still in the game, still fighting here in the final moments. That's going to bring them up to 5 eliminations. Now, the win, not looking likely for them, but these elims, my gosh, they are racking up big points right now and placement along with it. We have a little bit of everything going down right now. Donnie down, or sorry, Macwood down the field. Donnie's actually by himself. On height though, Peterbot swings on up, and it looks like he is in a battle up against Agers and company up above there for Rise, who's giving him a run for his money. In the meantime, OMG still battling this one out. Rise and Agers actually have to give this one up. The high ground, the wing condition, Vivid, they gave it away to Quanti and Peterbot now.
Peterbot and Twanti, let's go. We talked about, Quanti actually goes down. We've seen so many changes in the high ground over in EU, and that was surprising because we hardly saw any in NAE throwing those qualifiers 1 and 2, but coming into the semifinals, these teams won it more than ever.
Yeah, definitely now. Peterbot swinging around here. He's got to be very, very careful. Donnie somehow manages to swing his way around. Peter's into the box. He gets a couple tags. Another player goes flying up. Peter has to look up here. Be very, very cautious. Look at how many players are swinging all around. It's Donnie once again. Round 2 here. Peterbot down to 13 HP. Armor wall comes out. Great protection. Now comes the quick reset here. Get some health going. But these are wood builds. He is not safe. Down comes the crashing builds. And it doesn't matter, though. He's going to go ahead and catch himself. The breaks, though, from the zip line, and down he goes. Agers with a ridiculous play right there to keep him in the game here. 3 eliminations. He may have given up the height, but he has fought his way tooth and nail all the way back, clawing into this game. This is like a bird with clip wings here, but he is still trying to fly in these final moments. No HP down low here. Agers has the win in front of him. It's a 1v1 situation now. Has the builds, couple of mats here. Vivid, it's all or nothing here. Here comes the full reset. Agers versus Shadow.
Yeah, pretty much even here, right? But I think the detrimental thing here for Agers is that he's only got 7 builds left. We know that Shadow just actually found an elimination, so he's going to be getting those mats from that elimination. So I think he's got the edge here. And as you can see, he is taking full advantage of the build in full boxes, but Agers taking full advantage of the fact that he's got double Stinger SMGs trying to apply pressure and break down those mats that Shadow has. Agers is actually going to opt to break right through this building right here.
Yeah, definitely. These are very, very important builds, guys. He's going to look to get as much material as possible. It's going to be the difference maker here. Behind the wall, though, the piece control comes through. He steps into the zone. It's all or nothing, the full commit. Double SMG, doesn't have to reload, and the shots are good. The zone is just north of them. Look at this. When we last checked in with Clix, Clix had like 40 or 60 ammo inside the AR, now up to 500. So the perfect type of situation where you find a refresher. But not only that, it's the mythic MK7. It's the big boy weapon. We saw the pros talking about it in the pre-show. This is probably the best weapon you can have in your hands in endgame, in early game, in any position, honestly.
Yeah, I love this though, man. Look at this. They have 5 eliminations, and you might be thinking, they got to be chilling. They got to be so good. But no, look, they've got 22 total builds. They are just such a momentum-based team. If they find 1 elimination, they're not even like chilling anymore because they used so much to actually get it, but they did it in such a good way. They just got to keep that momentum rolling. So interesting to see how they're going to take hold of this end game here. And Sentinel and Cold, this is what we're going to see. It looks like they're going to make it into the end game. They do have a launch pad to use. It'll be interesting to see if they use it here on this first moving zone. Looking for the piece control, finds it. Ooh, barely misses that left wall there, and only takes a return of 19 damage. So he's still chilling, but again, you know, it does have that launch pad, and the first moving zone is coming up. I think they use it because Scented and Cold haven't had an end game in a long time. We know that they're good at it. I think they just get themselves there and don't try to greed anything. And I think that they can run away with this from the low ground.
In the feed, I saw Quanti fall as well. I had a brief little glimpse of my pick, Knifer and Byla, still in this game too. So there's other people to continue to keep your eyes on. Here's 20, a reciprocal. Day. Clix now, tying them up, trying to decide, do we rotate, do we take the fight here? Just have to go ahead and possibly switch layers. They don't have much to work with. Great shots coming out here from Day and Clix now. Tags, everything being traded. Crunchy's gonna find Cold there. Muzz falls as well. These are big, big exchanges. Once again, remember, consistency is your second best friend here. Scented finds Sparebow. Okay.
And he's got a good loadout here as a solo, you know? He's got the chug passes. Ooh, don't want to be in a box with another player when you are a solo, though, but 3 peppers to work with, 75 total math, and he's actually just able to run through a lot of these builds and not even use any of his own, so that was really well played. I think that Sempin's got a good opportunity here to solo clutch for his duo and get something rolling for them.
I mean, at the very least, there is points to be made here. This is the end game now, guys. With every team that falls, there's going to be positioning rewarded to players that have managed to stay alive here. Day on a layer with a few players, so that's going to be a shield crack. It's off to Pamsu, and that is the terrible, terrible spot to be in there. Out they go. They managed to change a few layers. You know, just slipping out of the grips of Day and Clix here, who are on fire. They're hungry for a refresh, hungry for elimination. Someone gets caught up. It's Avery. Nice. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to escape this one. Not today, not here. That's the 4th elimination now for Day, as they manage to start racking up here with much needed material as well. On high ground, new team up above. It's Pledge and Teo. Teo no longer in this game. Pledge playing as a solo. Big fall damage here as he gets broken down, and he's just trying to hold this out, but the low ground is looking up. It's actually Clix and Day. Will they be able to get this game here? They're setting themselves up for what might be a big comeback here, but no. As we expect, other teams flying on up right now, and it's an all-out brawl and war for the high ground right now.
Clix and Day are on the hunt for this Victory Royale, looking for the elim here on this player to secure themselves this high ground. And yeah, they're not going to find eliminations, but they are going to find the high ground. And let me tell you, as this game has been going on, ooh, Day makes an aggressive play when he was in such a good position. But again, he only had 12 builds, so he wasn't comfortable finishing the game out from the high ground with such little builds. And Pure and Crunchy are going to make a realization that, hey, these guys just jumped off of height. Now it's ours.
Yeah, it's the second time now Crunchy and Pure end up on high ground here. The last time it was snatched up from them, they gladly and easily just gave it up. They didn't want to battle for it. They know they have these mythic hands to go ahead and just swing their way back on up. But Day and Clix have their eyes up above. They're trying to demand positioning here. Joji now on this layer with them. Look, he's not even focused. Day is not focused at all in the teams that are below them. They want to find an opportunity to swing for height here. It's all or nothing. If they can just punch in this win, that's going to be huge. But wait a second, they're going to sneak on in. No shots being delivered here, but pressure is on. The shots are coming out. Look at this. Once they start really unleashing, everyone clears out. They start clearing out the room.
Yeah, and it looks like Donnie is a solo as well left in this game. Back over here to Clix and Day. They're looking for these aggressive elims. Like I said, they are such a momentum-based team. they never really like to just settle in and box up. They like to just keep going, and it's working so well. Finding an elimination
Oh my gosh.
wasn't necessarily his, but going to be finding the refresh nonetheless, and he's going to be finding himself some mats. Going to drop him over to Clix as Day actually goes down. Clix left to do it as a solo.
No, that's unfortunate, but look at this. He's going to drop all the loot there. That's one of those mechanic changes there. You are able to pick up your friend's heals, and this is going to give him at least a small win condition and a couple more moments. And there it is, the most important thing, picking up that med miss, but high ground is looking in. Clix gets a little brief glimpse of what's going on up above. For a second there, decision to jump in the vehicle, but he says, no, I'm taking the foot control here. Here's a player that's weak. It's Rokane into the box. He goes, misses a shot, doesn't hit the second one either.
Ooh.
No siphon to keep him alive, and down he goes inside the top three. Pure and Crunchy on height. One build left for Pure. They have to come down here. Luckily, there are buildings to play off of, and this is going back into Coney Crossroads. Now, we've seen the zone already start here, so these are a bunch of old player builds. User and threats are in the best position now to go on and refarm some material. This is actually one of the few times that high ground is at a disadvantage now. Crunchy and Pure barely have anything to work off of as far as recycling material here, Vivid.
Yeah, and threats and users are going to be refarming as much as they can of this building and applying pressure to the build, trying to break them out here because they know they got to be low on the builds, on the high ground. You don't find any builds up there, and threats will go crazy here, try to show off his game the best. He's hit every single shot.
Single elim. Not bad at all. Little mat split there. Just going and even things out, right? Make sure both teams, both players here are comfortable. And they're just waiting for the zone to reveal itself. Look at this shot here. Really giving us a lay of the land. It's almost like dead even split between how everyone has to go ahead and move now and figure this one out. Macwood and company, they have the longest rotate to make.
Yeah, and Macwood and Dottie got to think about how they don't have to full send for right? If somebody tries to take it from them, fine, let them have it. Just play for your endgame and get another consistent game out here as he tries to web shoot over to the launch pad here. So that way him and Donnie can get an easy rotation, but he doesn't need high ground. I hope that he thinks about that. And yeah, it looks like he subsides, right? He's like, okay, fine. Go ahead and take the high ground. We just need a consistent game. We do not need a victory route. We're on top of the leaderboard right now. And Death and Tabney, though, they are not on top of the leaderboard, so they are on top of the lobby now, looking for the victory royale and a spot in the grand finals.
Yeah, they have eyes on the ground here. They can see everything from up above. Day, though, finds Glace in the feed. It looks like Sen Dog goes down, so Sensen is now out. Where is Cold? Is he still alive? But Tabney and Death here with the height. A team's going to come on up for the battle. They're going to give it on up. I do wonder, was that Macwood? No, it was Teo and Pledge, another one of the young bulls here, trying to push all the way through. We're talking about ex-teammates here contesting high ground, coming into game number 4. Big developments here as Day finds Spearbow in the feet there, so they're still racking up too. Oh my gosh. But no, Death goes down to Nick. So just like that, they had the high ground, they get pushed off, and now down they go. You can see Cold is still alive there, trying to pop this mech hit. So a lot of key players in game here. Knifer and Byla fight their way up to height. Now hold up. Count them still in here, but the surge is ringing. No, they're getting tagged out big time here. They barely have anything, Vivid.
Yeah, bad situation here. Looking good for a couple seconds there, but they go for a quick elimination because they got to find that refresh. It's not going to be working out. So now Byla's going to be left all alone. Finds a quick refresh. 47 builds to work with. Pretty decent amount of HP well as he finds a quick shot in the back when another player's using the sliding mechanic. Under all the builds here, going to be finding himself at the front of the zone instantly.
Oh, baby, this is Fortnite, and you're watching it unfold right there, just like that. New mechanics coming into play here. No more Day in this endgame here. Clix is still up, holding on to this 4th place spot. You can see it's pretty much stalemated, which means the other teams are still in this game right now, also maintaining position. Byla finds Nick in the feed, another knock. So Byla's going crazy here, really racking up points, as is Macwood, still making another endgame. That's a top 16. New players on Haito are in Star, trying to go ahead and make his way to his first finals here. Will we see it go down? Clix on the other side here, looking for a big fight. No HP on a player in front. He does not miss. Big shot for him. Player in the box. Can he escape here? Another edit. The reads are good, but the zone is doing a lot. Can he get it? Oh my gosh, he's still alive, and one single tick was enough to take him out. That player only had 30 HP. It was so close. And look at this, Macwood with another top 10 finish. He's at 123. High ground now is going to go ahead and still be in the hands of Sinstar, but Vivid, they're getting contested. Someone's trying to fight for this. They're not making it easy.
Yeah, look at this shiesty and rhythm all the way from the early game. picking up those elims early on, and they're going to be going for the win there. But RN Star are going to be the first team in this lobby to actually defend the higher ground from another team. So many changes on the higher ground. Looks like we're going to have 7 players left with a total of 5 teams left to do it. So the opportunity to win this game still alive for only 5 teams here, MDF.
Yeah, definitely. This is it. It's their time to do it. They're one of the only duos still operating in this endgame here. Nasen being the few trio, 2 duos down low, and here it is. It's a 2v1. Teo's the only solo player in between this game here. He's actually sandwiched, and the low ground team starting to focus him. This is the perfect opportunity for Height here to start looking on down, adding this extra pressure, but Nasen may have just made a mistake. Okay, I was going to say, giving up his teammate there, almost allowing Teo to have a 1v1 opportunity could have been the biggest risk of the game here. But look, it's going over old builds, so RN Star, Sin, they have so much time to sit back, think about this, walk this victory royale all the way through to the end. All they have to do is play smart, keep it textbook here. They still have the loadout to do it.
Yeah, and they got the chili chug splashes, right? So those will come into play if we have to go to a heal off, but it looks like they're going to be applying the pressure before we can even get close to a heal off, making sure that they end it quicker than that. As Teo kind of makes a play on them, but no, RN Star well aware of the possibility. You're going to be making a quick return play on the Teo to make sure that he is taken out quick, and now a 2v2 situation for the Victory Royale.
It's a clean 2v2. Match is starting to run out here. Why have they stopped firing? They should keep the pressure on. Out comes the splash, so this is going to make them move a little bit faster. This is pressure. Okay, they're saying, hey, you know what? We have some heals. I'm going to drop you all the heals. Let's go all the way through to the end. They're willing to risk it all here. This is a decision that they have to make in the utmost confidence right now that the team down low does not have heals. Okay, look, it makes sense. Med kit, med miss, the extra splashes. Now, are they going to min-max here? Are they going to go for, like, splash med kit play here? How far are they willing to take this is the real question.
Listen, RN Star has all of the heals right now, right? Cineruni, though, has none. Why is Cineruni not going down and applying that pressure? RN Star and both of them just chilling up here, but RN Star is the only one playing the heal off, so Cineruni's got to make a play on the low ground here to make sure they don't have any heals. But Cineruni opts to just kind of eliminate himself, and RN Star, they do have enough. And Clix and Day, still no eliminations, but they have found the damage without them, so they are chilling. And look at this, see Clix, he's always looking up, he's just trying to look up, he wants the high ground. But now he wants to be a little aggressive. Ooh, find some loot.
I was going to say, time to assess the situation here, right? They have a decision to make. Pick up these peppers, start playing into it. This is a great find for them now to make this full rotate here. They're trying to decide, hey, what kind of weapon do you want? They're going to leave behind the Mythic SMG in play for the MK7 instead in Clix's hands. So that's a very interesting decision to make there. But, you know, you got to be comfortable coming into these final games. Avery and Muzz looks like they pulled a full favor on the zone here. And they're just big chilling here. Nico and Polarize are still alive. They take to the sky off the launch pad here, get a piece of the high ground, instead go for the fight here. It's a big box up as well. This is onto Pure, who's going to be forced off the layer. And Polarize and Nico managed to bounce back into the game here, but it's not completely over. No one has real control of Height. Everyone's just playing very much passively here. Day and Clix are gonna, I was gonna say, I think they're gonna recognize that. Look at this, the fact that they can just see up. Only 2 layers of high ground. Notice how everyone's now trying to poise up here. And Knifer and Bila strike. They go all the way up. They build a strong base here. They have a little foundation to play off of.
Yeah, they find themselves up on the higher ground again. We saw them up here last game, but quickly got taken from them as a duo landed right up there off of a jump head. So it looks like they learned instantly from their mistake of last game, and they're up higher than they were last game. So now it won't be so easy to just launch that up there and take that high ground from them. So looking good for Knifer and Bila, but we've seen every single game so far, there's been changes in the high ground team multiple times as Day and Clix now backs against the wall, 81 damage below the Storm Surge. Here we go, let's see what they can do. We know that they can be aggressive. We know that they can find these elims. It's all about finding the right opportunity for these boys.
I can't believe the Surge is actually active right now as well. This is one of the most difficult times to have Surge on top of you because you really don't want to throw your game here. Everyone's so close. Your HP disappears so quick in this type of meta right now, but Clix with the smart play there, or excuse me, Day. Actually, Day's the one who gives up the fight and instead wants to get to his team as the Surge starts to ease up there. And for a moment, it was looking like it was all over for him, but the wall grab, the smart play, and again, extending this tournament life. Bile and Knifer also in a fight for height here as Rise and Agers, once again, this is the second game in a row now. They go up, they strike up, and they retake high ground. It's looking like a repeat performance. Agers is trying to put himself right back into that second game mentality, but this time he is not looking to drop this round at all. It is time to clutch up all the way here, and now he has Rise to support him, so he's looking even better than they did that first time around when they almost pulled that victory royale.
Yeah, and as this game develops, it gets harder and harder for any teams to contest that high ground. So it's looking good for Rise and Agers, and again, they're playing so high up that I just don't see how it could be possible for any team to kind of contest this. So they're looking good to kind of ride this one out. As we look down there, Clix and Day still putting work on the mid ground there. They are playing this game so differently than they usually do. Coming into the end game now, they had 0 elims not too long ago. Now they have 5.
Yeah, they're definitely racking them up here, and 120 points. Our second team now
Here we go.
really starting to break away. He's going to crank up the high ground, catches him off guard. Great tag there. Can he get the other one?
No way.
It's a full-on track fest, and Day is not missing a single shot here. Now, in between two, it's a 2v1. They're looking straight up to height here. Day's going to get the map split. They're thinking about it, and yes, they go for the breakdown. Here it is, one player. It's just Agers versus Clix versus Day. The Storm's doing so much damage, they're gonna have to give it up here though. But Day is still looking to take this one all the way. And look at the tracking, the shots coming through. He loses Clix in the process. It was a huge risk, and no, unfortunately does not get the rewards he was looking for here.
Oh,
but the hunt is still on. He still
him.
catches Agers, hunts him down there, and gets it. It's still big points here, guys. Huge swings for them.
Oh my gosh, man. Day and Clix, they find that rhythm in the end game. We saw them, they had 5 eliminations, and instantly they're just like, all right, we're feeling it, let's go for height. Doesn't fully work out for them, but they do find a bunch of elims as Net and Spark are taking full advantage of the fact that Day and Clix kind of destroyed the high ground of Agers and Rise, and now they're just like, hey, look what we found. High ground and a real chance at this victory royale here.
This is it. We might be seeing another team make their first FNCS appearance. Can we watch it unfold here? Teams inside the zone. This is it. Just point and click and make sure you...
Rise in 7th position have 88, so the gap there is huge as Nico tries to make the best use out of these web shooters. He's 617 damage below.
Oh my God.
I'm no genius, but I do not think that he is going to get enough damage. So he's got to pray and hope that 14 players fall here real soon. As could be making a play, maybe? Nope. Again, he's just playing this passive position, going to be hoping that everything works out for him.
He just needs some more points if he wants to stay in this, if he wants to be safe. Agers and Rise are starting to creep on up. 91 points now, holding this top 5 position. Can they continue to break in top 6? Agers right next to an opponent. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
If that man would have just looked back, it would have been all over. He lost Rise in the rotate too. He is not safe. He is now in one of those weird positions where he has to clutch up. Nico's still up. Even with the surge ringing here, he doesn't care. He is rotating. He's trying to stay alive. 3 teams have fallen. That's more points for him. He's inside the storm. One zap is going to be enough to take him out here, and there it is. He falls with just a couple more points earned. Will it be enough here? There are so many other players still up here. Agers is not safe by any means either. He's in 93 points with the threshold. Can he get this? It's so important. It's all or nothing. It's finals right here. It comes down to it, and it's not enough. He gets taken out. Someone will have the opportunity to snatch up that position on high ground. Lava Boy, Shark Girl from the back, from way in the back of the crowd here, trying to have their voice heard, trying to see if they can make it to finals. Can they win this game? It's between them and 15 more duos.
Yeah, they got to be careful, though. You know, we mentioned a lot of these teams feel like they need to get the victory royale. Day and Clix don't need it, but they feel like they do as they push up for the high ground here against Lava Boy and Sharko. This is it. This is the fight. This is how they can secure themselves a spot in the finals.
Can they do the impossible right now? No, Shark Girl's down. Oh no, they take the fight all the way to the ground. It gets broken down. Spareball just had the bigger play here alongside Burbs. They broke everything. It's their height now. Sensen and Cole trying to fight their way back. Couple more elims. All of a sudden, from the back to 15th up to 7th place. A few eliminations more, and they can actually take home one of these top 6 positions. Now, mind you, 5th and 6th were already falling out. It's really open. It's really available.
Oh my gosh. Bearbo taking full advantage here. Clix and NAE going down to that fall damage. They're just like, hey, let's go up on height. But the bigger storyline here has got to be centered as he makes a big mistake, gets piece controlled, and now it's left to Cold. He's so close in that 7th position. Got to only be a couple points behind. He's got 64 builds though, and these web shooters as he flies towards another duo. They're making the edits though, and man, he is so good mechanically as he makes sure that he does not get piece controlled, and he's gonna live for a couple more seconds here trying to scrape together some points. They're in 6th place, MDF.
They're just barely holding on here. There is no one really close enough to take them out. All they have to do is continue to maintain here. And Cold and Scented might have done enough here to go ahead and punch it all the way through. 101 points. Can Cold earn anything more? He has been just phenomenal so far today, literally putting this duo on his back game after game, and this is the same game where he clutched up in that battle, wins the 2 fight. Swearbo though, fighting for his chance to finals. One winner will go straight to finals after this game. This game number 5 here, and they are gonna best out HD up on height. It's Peterbot down low though, still in this battle. He's in 8th position, so don't count in Scented and Cold just yet. Peterbot has a chance here. It's all gonna come down to these elims right here. He might, no way. He might actually find this one right here. He's got Cold in his sights. He's looking up for high ground. Can he actually win this? Doesn't realize Spearbone and crew were there, but the flick shot was even better. Oh my gosh. Peterbot in 5-2. No way. Oh my God. Peterbot has done it.
To Peterbot versus Cold on the leaderboard maybe, but Peterbot might just straight up find the victory royale as he actually finds himself in the 6th place position, but Cold is now in 4th.
Cold versus Peterbot here for the 6th place position. Peterbot comes all the way down. He shuts down Tabney. He gets his 2nd one as well. Peterbot is incredible. What an incredible play. One of the best clutches we